ended up biting my tongue off. I had like a little piece of skin that kept the tongue on, but everything else. So I had to have 9 stitches across my tongue to put it back on. Ate ice cream for like 2 weeks. That was all I could eat, non-solid food. But yeah, it was a good time. Good time.
So what did your parents say after that? How did you explain that?
I really didn't have to explain anything other than I jumped and I bit my tongue.
Did you even talk at the time?
I couldn't talk at the time, so it was good. I was just like,
What up? It's your favorite podcast, Three Brothers No Sense. We are back. We took a little hiatus. You guys had a 2-part episode. Hope you enjoyed it. It was great seeing you guys this past, last week?
Yeah, you can still say last week. Yeah,
last week. Even more so, it was great just seeing a lot of our classmates and just people from the school and going home and seeing friends and family. So I really can't complain. It was a pleasure. So if you guys haven't checked out our live episode with the S, make sure you check it out. So fellas, tell them what's on your mind.
I'm just a little disappointed in you two guys and a lot of our listeners, to be honest. I can't believe that people still don't know what a Christmas movie is. And for you people to think that Die Hard is a Christmas movie, it came out in July. Bruce Willis and the director both said it's not a Christmas movie.
No, so did what was it? The big Christmas movie, Miracle on 34th Street. It came out in June too.
Yeah. But you know that's a Christmas movie. You know it. Okay.
All right.
So
look, the thing about it is,
here's the way to figure it out.
Die Hard is an action movie that takes place on Christmas Eve.
Look, every Christmas you have to have this conversation about it not being a Christmas movie because it comes out on Christmas.
I'm neither for or against it being a Christmas movie. It's really not that serious to me. The question is, today is December 9th. Will it air between now and Christmas?
Yes.
If it airs between now and Christmas, it's a Christmas movie. It's just that simple.
This is why. Because Christmas can be a little sappy at times. And so the TV network was like, hey, we need something for men to watch. We can show them Die Hard. I mean, Christmas.
So let's make a male Christmas movie.
So
that's it. It's a male Christmas movie.
Christmas is in the movie, so that'll get them to watch it, and they can just trick their wives into thinking, hey, it's a Christmas movie too, and they'll watch it. It's not a Christmas movie.
It is. It's a Christmas movie.
I'm disappointed in
likes movies. It's like yes, man.
It's a fake Christmas movie. It's a dude. Just give it up, man. I mean,
I'm just disappointed. So before we get into the commercial, so is Money Train a Christmas movie?
No,
it's not. Because
it's not.
Christmas takes place on it.
Just because Christmas takes place in the movie doesn't make it a Christmas movie.
That's what I'm trying to remember. Was Money Train over one night, or was it over a course of?
It was during the Christmas holidays.
Yeah.
So, because you got to remember, Die Hard happened on Christmas Eve. Like it wasn't like 2-3 weeks. It was Christmas Eve. Just like
he was traveling for Christmas, had the big bear, even gives the ho 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 ho. What was it? I got a machine gun. Ho ho ho.
Yeah, it's a Christmas movie. Gremlins, all that stuff. Action
Gremlins
for Christmas
movie too.
God, okay.
So you want to sit there and tell me Gremlins is not a Christmas movie?
Please roll the commercial.
No. So Gremlins is not a Christmas movie?
It's more of a Christmas movie than Die Hard. Because he actually got Gizmo as a Christmas gift. So
he had that bear. He was
that was like
he was at a Christmas party.
The movie. The center of Die Hard is Hans Gruber trying to steal money. That's what it's
about.
While
everybody's at a Christmas party. All right, it is what it is. Razi,
you guys.
Give us some enlightenment. Tell us something, because this guy is completely wrong. With all due respect,
It's funny. I really don't have much to talk about other than my wife holding her own with Sherman Cooley, which is not easy to do. I shout out to Jen. Cooley likes to argue. He's been arguing since I mean, we were in high school. He debates fiercely, and for her to hold her own and everything, babe, I got nothing but respect for you, boo.
Yeah, but we know what you're trying to do. Trying to get brownie points.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get brownie points because I gotta try to get a Christmas gift this year.
Hey, but real quick, Ferg, before we go, did you guys enjoy Alumni Weekend, man? Was it not all that?
Man, it was great. I'm already debating if I'm going back next year. The only reason I debate is I do like to host Thanksgiving at my house. Mm-hmm. But outside of that, I mean, I had a blast. But if you guys can make it back next year, I definitely will put it on my agenda to try to do the same. So I think that's something. And I had a blast. And one of the craziest things is people I haven't talked to in years at all had no type of communication. Just like, man, I really love what you guys are doing with the show.
Yeah, that's cool.
We had no idea that these people were listening and following and appreciating what we had to say. And so hats off to you guys. I just ask you to comment, follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and leave your comments and, engage with us, man. We want to hear more from you.
Get some of that merch, too. Three Brothers.
Yeah, get some of the merch. So my little tidbit is, how do I want to put this? I don't want to say I want to check my male privilege, but I had an experience this weekend that really let me see male privilege, not in a negative point, but in a real life situation. So this past weekend, I went out with a couple of my friends. Actually, Allison was out with us, and we were at this little sports bar. And there was a group of people at a table. This young lady was sitting at the table with us, and she gets up and walks off. And I just happened to watch her walk off, and she turned around like it clicked. And it was like, oh, hell no. She turned around and she put her jacket over her drink. And she kind of put it into a way like, I don't know if somebody moved this. And it was like, I hear women say they got to do it for real, but like you literally saw the light go off in her head. Like, I can't trust this environment. I can't trust what's going on. And as a male, that's the last thing on my mind. I just hope when I walk off and my drink's still there, I hope the bar guy doesn't come pour my drink out if somebody drinks my drinks or spills my drink. And it just kind of made me realize there's things that, we always talk about things that women have to deal with, but it's something so small that we take for granted that, having a wife, having a daughter, having sisters, having nieces, and they can all go out and drink and have fun. Everybody but my daughter. And it's like, these are things that we never have to consider, like our wives talk about doing a girls trip or something like that, and how easy it is for somebody just to spike their drink. She was telling me, and I actually had a conversation with her about it. She was like, yeah, I had a friend that somebody spiked her drink about 2 years ago, and she hasn't been the same. It was like, I think it caused a lot of turmoil, and she got emotional about it. And I was like, hey, I just met you. Don't want to go down that rabbit hole. But it made me realize that it's a real thing. So women, be safe out there. Be careful. You do have it tough. Not comparing. It's not a pissing contest, but just acknowledging some of the things you guys have to deal with. And on that.
What did Dre say on Blackish? He was like, men are the white people of gender.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is true.
Yeah, think about it for a second. You're like, hold on. Yeah.
Anything else, fellas?
Nah, man, let's do it.
Well, let's pay some bills.
My dad works in B2B marketing. He came by my school for career day and said he was a big ROAS man. Then he told everyone how much he loved calculating his return on ad spend. My friends still laugh at me to this day.
Not everyone gets B2B, but with LinkedIn, you'll be able to reach people who do. Get a $100 credit on your next ad campaign. Go to linkedin.com/results to claim your credit. That's linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply. LinkedIn, the place to be, to be.
And we're back. Three Brothers No Sense, your favorite podcast. We're about to get back to your regularly scheduled program, the way we usually do it. We're going to go around, three brothers ask questions. I'm going to start off. Let me preface mine with saying I don't know if you guys have been following and you've seen the post where recently we just had, this is the first time in history where Miss America, Miss USA, Miss Teen USA, and now Miss Universe are all of the African diaspora or Black, whatever you want to call it. Mm-hmm. And so I say that to congratulate our women, because I know you guys are going through a lot where people are questioning your beauty. Women are fighting every day how they can wear their hair and, looks, and, the media and everything kind of tries to portray them in such a negative light. So this is, I think, even though, I don't want to get caught up in beauty, but it's a win for you guys. So congratulations. And especially Miss Universe, the young lady, actually, she made a comment that growing up, women who looked like her, who had her complexion, were never considered beautiful. And when she won Miss Universe, she was in her natural beauty. She had short, natural hair, and looking at her picture, she looked gorgeous. So, I know a lot of times we have those conversations about, women wearing too much weave or wigs or being natural, and that whole debate. Not trying to go down that rabbit hole, but considering that showing that our women in their natural state are still beautiful is a big thing. But with that being said, a lot of times when we have conversations like this, we get a lot of pushback, almost saying that you as men or people shouldn't have an opinion or be able to comment on how women dress or decide to adorn themselves. And there's a lot of shaming of having an opinion of any woman I'm seeing in some circles by men, period, or men having opinions of women in their looks. And I say this because I don't know if you guys have seen this latest video of Lizzo. And Lizzo is like that, it has become that little kid at church that can sing, but really can't sing, but can't do no wrong. You can't comment on them. It's like if you say anything about her, all of a sudden you're body shaming or you have double standards. And now with that, my question really is it really a double standard, or are there multiple ways to look at situations like this? Is it because of the way she dresses and maybe her body type, or is it just all encompassing, like, oh, she's a big girl, so she shouldn't do that? And do we have a right to have an opinion, and not only just opinion, but preferences? So,
all right. So no, yes. Yes. Have
you seen the new thing with her at the Lakers game?
At the Lakers game, yeah. I ain't got no problem with it. I mean, truthfully, if Cardi B had done that exact same thing, there would be no issue. Point blank, period. So just because she's a big girl, people are trying to make it out like, oh, she shouldn't be doing that. So I really do feel like it's body shaming. My thing is, she's a big girl that's comfortable in her size, in her body. And the thing is that she is just on that same level of ratchetness and not giving a F as your Cardi B's or your Megan Thee Stallions or anybody else. So just because she's not built like Megan Thee Stallion, folks are trying to make a big deal out of it. So now when it comes to, you were asking about, should we have an opinion? Yes. The thing about it is everybody has an opinion, and First Amendment says that I can voice my opinion. So I can put my opinion out there. I can tell you what I like, what I don't like, what I feel, what I don't feel. And with that, so since I can have an opinion, I think I can have a preference. I might not find anything wrong with it, whereas somebody else might find something wrong with it. I might see her as.
Is it a difference in finding something wrong with it and just not liking it?
No, not really. I mean, the thing about it is, if you find something wrong with it, that's your prerogative to find something wrong with it and not like it. You can't force that on anybody, though. And that's the thing. Everybody can have their opinion, and they can not like it, or they can feel like she went too far. They can say she's a big girl, she shouldn't be doing it. But the problem is she has the freedom to do it as long as she's still comfortable. And as a public person, she has to understand that she's going to get both sides. It is what it is. As a big girl, she's going to get both sides. Again, Megan Thee Stallion can do it, and you might have 10% of people that say they don't like it for one reason or the other. Whereas her as a bigger girl, there are more people that are like, oh, I'm not really down with the big BBWs. So she might get 30-40% of people saying, I don't like it. And the other thing about it is the most outspoken people aren't the majority. So don't think just because you get a loud voice that says they don't like it and another loud voice that says they do, that is the everybody. So the majority of us are just sitting back like having looking at it like, dang, I ain't think she'd do that, but okay. And we keep rolling. So I don't think it's an issue with her doing it. And I do think that people need to cut her some slack and just let her enjoy herself and be her. Without giving so much of the pushback and everything like that. Because again, if it was somebody of a different body type, in my opinion, I don't think there'd be as much of an uproar. We've seen plenty of folks with different body types do those types of things.
So I'm going to disagree with the first part of what Razi said. And I've heard this argument a lot since this video have come out, that if Cardi B or Megan Thee Stallion had done that, or somebody with a better type had done that. The thing is, you can't really point to too many instances where they have done that. Not at a basketball game during the game. So we can't really use that argument. That's a hypothetical that hasn't really happened. Yeah, they do a lot of twerking, but that's usually at their concerts and stuff. Let's be honest. Lizzo is somebody who's very talented, but does the most. If you follow her on social media, she does the absolute most. And if Cardi B had done that, I think you would have a lot of people saying, okay, what's wrong with her? Like, why is she doing that at the game? Like, yeah, for most people, she does have a more desirable body type. But I think a lot of people still be questioning, okay, why can't she just sit? Does she need attention that bad? What's wrong with her? Offset must not be giving her a lot of compliments right now, something like that. I mean, Beyonce has a banging body. You wouldn't see her doing that. So it has nothing to do with how big she is. For the people that's complaining about her size, those are people that are complaining about her size no matter what she does. So whether she twerks or not, so they don't count because they're the ones that are body shaming. But the people that are legitimately saying, what the hell is wrong with Lizzo? I think that's legitimate. Now, she has every right to do it, but the second part you said, Razi, I do agree. We have every right to have our opinion and say she shouldn't be doing that. That's crazy. But for me personally, I don't want to speak for everyone else. It's not because she's big. It's just that's not normal behavior to do at a game with your thong out or whatever it was. So
kids are watching, there's families watching the game with their parents, kids with their parents, that type of thing. I can see that. And
I don't even care too much about the kid. F them kids. It's just that's just not normal behavior, man. So she does the most. She's very talented. I definitely, I can't say I'm a fan, but I respect her craft and her talent. But she does a lot, man. And that was just a Lizzo type thing she did.
So, Byron, you said it perfect. I agree with you wholeheartedly. Everything you said was right on point. But my problem comes like what Razi said. If I say anything, I'm automatically body shaming. I can't have a legitimate opinion about it because, you wouldn't say that if it was Beyonce, Cardi B, Nicki Minaj. Yeah, I would. And the thing about it, the reason I ask is it two different things is I think it's inappropriate, but I'm still a man. I might be a little attracted to it, but it's still inappropriate. Like, man, why does Cardi B doing all this? I think Cardi B does the most. Is she still fine? Yeah, she's still fine, but I still think she does the most. Like, if she just carried herself better, like, I wouldn't mind her carrying herself better. Like, I'm not going to go to a Cardi B concert, so I'll probably never see her doing her Cardi B, the rest of that stuff. But, when I see it, I'm like, man, she's always doing the most. Yeah, but hey, she's still kind of fine. Lizzo, she's still doing the most. Not my preference. I mean, it can be those things. It's not that I'm body shaming because there's a lot of BBWs out there. Like Jill Scott, if I could extend my list, Jill Scott probably would be on my list. She's a very sexual person. I'm probably going to get in trouble for this, but she's a very sexual person, has sexual energy, and she's a beautiful woman, period. You know what I'm saying? But it's not because she's big. It's like, so it's not that we don't like big women or whatever the case may be. It's, man, that's a little too much. And like you said, Lizzo purposely does the most. I don't know if you saw the video of her walking off. She still was doing the most. Like when I saw the video, my question legitimately was, did her outfit start out like that? I don't know if it was a malfunction or something. And then we took it too far. I'm like, well, maybe, it ripped or something while she was twerking.
I thought that too.
You're like, no, that's what she wore. Like, okay. So you knew this was going to happen. And then when it happens, you want to you want to throw me under the bus for just having an opinion. I'm somewhat conservative on things like that. Yes, I love attractive women. Point blank. Do I think sometimes it's too much, it's craving too much attention? It might be unhealthy to a certain extent. I think there's some things, if you probably examine some of these stars, that they're craving or some lack thereof. Like, that's my bigger thing. Is like, is Lizzo really trying to do this? Like, is something going on with her? Because she has the talent.
I think that's her personality, though.
Yeah,
I mean, it's no different. It's no different than like a drag queen or somebody like that that's just super over the top, and that's their personality.
But you know me, I don't like playing
known for that. I mean, I know you don't like the extra, but I'm just saying it's like I think she's that extra person that's going to do that regardless.
Perfect. And the thing about it is, I don't like any of it, and so. Like, I don't like extra people. Like, I like to have fun, I like to go out and do whatever. But like when you just extra and you crave attention, it's kind of like, what the hell? And I feel like she's craving that attention. And if it was anybody, man, Kanye, craving attention, does the most, annoys the hell out of me. Like when a lot of these basketball players and like people the way they're dressing right now, you're craving attention. Like, come on, dude, you don't have to do this. Cam Newton, though, like, what are you dressed like a grandma for? You're craving. You want to be talked about. You want to be on somebody's radar. Lizzo, same thing. It's not because she's big. It's like I said, it's two parts for me. It's, hey, you're doing too much. Any person that does it. Now that you're doing too much, we got past that. Like, you're doing too much, but you still look kind of fine. Still look kind of good. In my preference, Lizzo didn't do it for me. So I think I answered all my questions. I know I'm probably gonna get a lot of backlash. Women, I'm never telling you guys not to be who you are. You have the right to portray yourself in any image. But I also think I have the right to say how I feel about it. And we'll never get past any of this if we can't have open dialogue on how we feel. And because we have a difference in opinion, you start shaming us or call us sexist or controlling. And I think that's one of the things with not just the conversations we have between men and women, but just on all our issues. If we disagree, we try to label each other and all of a sudden the dialogue stops. So I love my beautiful women. I love you in every shape, color, size, whatever you have.
You better say that.
I mean, but it's true. It's true. But like, I think that's why I asked a question about the opinion, because as soon as somebody says something you don't like, you try to find a way to villainize them. You're body shaming. So anything I say about Lizzo, I'm body shaming. If I say Cardi B is doing too much, oh, you're sexist. You want women to shut up. No, I just think she does too much. That's fine. Like, I could be wrong, but that's my opinion. I think she does too much. That Kurt, whatever that shit annoys the hell out of me. Like that, I mean, that sound is irritating. When she got the commercial, was that Pepsi, Dr. Pepper, whatever?
Pepsi.
I'm like, Lord, I'll never drink another Pepsi just because of that. Like, it was just so, it is what it is. But she is still fine, though.
Cherry.
Bake or not.
Delicious.
Cherry Pepsi.
Cherry Pepsi is pretty good.
It is.
I'll tell you what's not good, though. Cranberry Sprite. I tried that.
Hey, I had some the other day at Sonic's. It was decent.
Good. Is that I don't like cranberry Sprite.
Is that the one LeBron James pitching?
Nah, he has like a tropical mix or something like that. So that was not that bad. It's Cranberry Sprite just dropped for the holidays or whatever, and it sucks. It leaves like a bad taste. And I like the cranberry ginger ale. Cranberry ginger ale is awesome. So Though when those hit, you'd be like, okay, these dropping, I'm going to get some. So I was like, oh, cranberry Sprite, it should be good too.
Nope. My mother-in-law buys a bunch of those every time she comes up here. So
yeah, my wife does the same. So are you now a connoisseur of fine carbonated beverages? Like are you giving us the rundown?
Oh no, you just know I'm addicted to anything new and different. So I will try it. So if
I ain't lying about that. He will try anything.
You are why people make commercials.
Exactly. All they gotta do is slap new on it, and I'm like, well, gotta buy some of those. I tried the chocolate M&Ms, or no, the chocolate Skittles. Oh, those are
sounds horrible.
Yeah, they were so bad.
And the Reese's peanut butter cups with the Reese's pieces in them are horrible, by the way. Just in case you didn't know. Is
it doing too much, Ferg?
It's doing too much, man. I'm doing too much.
So, Ferg, your question was a little too close to the original question I was going to ask, so I'm going to go to my backup. So here we go. And you know what? Alumni Weekend kind of made me think of this question because, going up to our old school, you think of old memories and things you used to do while you were in school. So my question for you guys is, what is the dumbest thing that you have mimicked or tried because you saw it in a movie or on a TV show?
I think the dumbest thing was jumping off of a house.
Woo!
And I literally bit my tongue off. So
you bit your tongue off?
Yeah, I bit my tongue off. So I was 8, 9. We had a trampoline right on the side of the house. So we jump up on the house. We come up on the house, jump down off the house onto the trampoline. And so we were doing that a bunch. And I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna act like Michael Jordan. And so one time I ran, jumped off, stuck my tongue out like Michael Jordan. I came down. And so I bounced wrong. My knee hit the bottom of my chin, and I literally bit my tongue off. So not only was it the jumping off the house part, it was the Michael Jordan tongue out thing too. So between both of those, I ended up biting my tongue off. I had like a little piece of skin that kept the tongue on, but everything else, so I had to have 9 stitches across my tongue to put it back on. Ate ice cream for like 2 weeks. That was all I could eat, non-solid food. But yeah, it was a good time. Good time.
So what did your parents say after that? How did you explain that?
I really didn't have to explain anything other than I jumped and I bit my tongue.
Did you even talk at the time?
I couldn't talk at the time, so it was I was just like,
Oh man.
Yeah, man. I was a dumb child, man. I did all kind of stupid stuff.
Yeah, bro. Your common sense. So this.
Okay. Yeah.
I gotta eat some water.
All right.
All right, I'll be right back. I thought I had my cup up here, and I gotta think of a freaking dumb thing.
Wow.
Razi, you remember me doing anything dumb? Byron in high school, middle school?
Other than walking around, like doing the little X-Pac suck it all the time.
That was you.
No, that was everybody. That was all of us.
I did that in the McDonald's.
I'll be back.
Burgers ready? No, but I got 2 words for you.
Let me see. Trying to think. Dumb that I did.
He like letting that S word go.
He does. He's just like, let me make sure he has to put a couple bleeps in here.
Yeah, man, it wouldn't be Three Brothers No Sense without it. I guess mine's not even dumb. It was just, I thought I knew more than I did. So I grew up as a kid in the 80s. And as a kid in the 80s, I mean, everybody liked Kung Fu movies. Kung Fu, everybody swore they knew karate. Oh, nah. Man, there was this movie called Rad back in the 80s. And I had bought this BMX bike. Where I got this BMX bike. And the stuff on TV looks a lot easier than it is in real life. I found that out the hard way. So first of all, there was a couple of things we learned. First of all, me and my homeboys were not engineers. So we call ourselves creating this little ramp. I want to say out of milk cartons and some plywood.
We've all done it.
Our plywood must have been rotted or something.
Oh man.
So me being the leader of the pack, I'm gonna go first. Just in case, something happened. I don't want to be the, third or fourth person. So I'll go all the way in, I got my little back in the 80s and all the movies, they would ride around in circles before they did their trick. So I made it, I'm making it look good, all that stuff. So I'm like, I'm hyped up. So I started pedaling, and I should have known something was wrong when my foot missed the pedal from the get-go. So I was already off balance. So I hit the ramp. The ramp hit me back. The ramp slapped me in my face. The milk crates didn't give like we thought they were going to do. So my tire got caught in the milk crates. I flipped over the ramp, flipped over the milk crates. Bike lands on me. Leg gets caught in the chain. And that's when they had, back in the 80s, everything was metal. I don't think they invented plastic in the 80s. And so the bike pedal scratched up my leg, face planted on the concrete, on the street. And I'm just sitting there like dead. And in my mind, I just sat there for like 30 seconds, replaying in my mind, trying to figure out where I went wrong. Because I'm like going through the movie again, like, okay, in the movie they did this and this and this. I rode around in a circle, check, ramp, check, had the speed, check, velocity, check. I don't know what happened, man. To this day, I don't know what went wrong. So, well, one reason, that's why I'm not an engineer or a BMX bike rider. So I think that was pretty much the dumbest thing I did, off rip, a couple of skateboarding accidents, thought I knew karate, got my kicked when it didn't work. But that's the norm.
Yeah. I had I broke my tailbone like that, thinking that I could do tricks on my bike. You know how you watch the movies and those really old movies too, where they had like the big wheel and then the little wheel on the bicycle. Yeah. And the guys like stand up on it while it's going and moving. I thought I could do that. And so I got up to speed and I jumped up on the seat with my feet. And I was like, all right, I just got to stand up and put my arms out and it'll keep going. Did not work. I jumped up, put my arms out, the bike laid down. I came straight down on my butt, broke my tailbone, had to walk around with a donut for 3 weeks. So I was in high school at the time. I was a freshman, I think. So
so you were dumb. Like I was like 10.
Was that
again, this whole no common sense thing? Y'all know I be kind of late about stuff.
Was that like a version of Ghost Riding the? Yeah, Ghost Riding. Oh, hey man, 80s BMX bike riding moves was where it was at, man.
You know, everybody know how to ride with no hands on the bike. That's kind of easy. So I was like, stand up on my bike too. So, yeah, did not work.
I may trump both of you guys. Although I didn't bite my tongue off like Razi, so I don't know if this is going to trump that. But let me just start off by saying that Tupac is my favorite rapper of all time, and the movies he played in were the best. I don't acknowledge Gridlock and Bullet. I don't acknowledge those. I only acknowledge Juice and Above the Rim and Poetic Justice. On Above the Rim, there's a scene.
Don't tell me you put it in your mouth. Oh.
Can I tell my story, please?
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
I hope my mom.
I know where this is going. It is going all bad.
Was this 8th grade?
No, this was not. I want to say 9th grade, 9th or 10th grade, because I was riding the bus or whatever. But so there's a scene where Tupac is talking to his older brother Leon, and as they're talking towards the end of the conversation, he pulls a razor out of his mouth. I thought that I thought that was cool.
You bleep yourself to bleep yourself. you censored yourself for no reason.
And so I remember being on the school bus, and Ambrosia, if you listening, I wonder if you remember this. It was Ambrosia, Corey Wiggum. It was like a couple of us on the school bus. And I said, y'all, check this out. And I was like, I pulled that joint. They said, "Oh, how you do that, man? Oh, that's crazy." So they wanted to try it. Well, I don't think Ambrosia did, but Corey wanted to try it. And so, yeah, man, I did that. And I look back on that, I'm like, Jesus, how stupid. Like, all it took was one wrong move, and I would be dead. Forget cutting your tongue off. I'd be dead.
So you didn't cut yourself, luckily.
No, I didn't cut myself. I perfected it. Well, first, I had used a double-edged blade, and I was like, wait a minute. You didn't have a double-edged blade. You had a single-edged blade.
I didn't know that.
So, and I'm not going to explain how to put it in. I'm not going to explain how to do it because if any of y'all are riding around with your kids, I don't want them to be influenced by that and try it like my dumb self did. But there's a way that you can do it. And I did it for a while. I would do it and I thought it was cool, man. What can I say?
Did the missus teach you how to do it? Because there was a rumor going around that Tabitha carried a blade in her mouth.
There was.
Not in her mouth. She did carry a blade, though. I think I can admit that.
Razor blade, or she just had a knife?
Yeah, like a box cutter.
Okay.
So,
man.
Man,
wow.
That was pretty dumb, man, but it looked cool, and I wanted to try it, and I did. And I impressed Corey and Ambrosia. So there we go.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Maybe Crystal Henry may remember it too. I don't know. I'm just throwing names out there, but that's what I did, man.
Yeah, West Mobile. I thought y'all was supposed to have more sense.
Well, remember, I stayed in Garden West in West Mobile, which could have easily been in Pritchard.
Nothing against Pritchard, by the way.
For those of you who are wondering what Garden West is, it's the apartment complex across from Lafayette Square. It's probably called Georgetown. I don't know, but it's on Michael Boulevard in Mobile.
All right. So I guess it's my turn. Trying to see which one I want. I've got a running habit of
putting your foot in your mouth?
we'll go for it. Yeah, I get in trouble all the time. Why not this episode too?
Why not now?
Why not now?
Man, Razi. Yeah.
What is a habit of your wife?
So you trying to get us in trouble?
That you find super annoying?
Snoring.
Snoring?
My wife snores.
That's not a habit, though. That's
okay. Well, I just wanted to put that out there that I have to give her a little push sometimes so I can get some sleep.
Does she lightly snore?
Oh no! No!
Oh man, I can't see Tabitha calling the hogs, man.
I hadn't heard that phrase in a minute.
I can't see it, man.
A habit. You go first, since I just jumped out there with her snoring. I'll think of a habit that she does.
Easy. Her sense of time, man. She would be late to her own funeral if she could. I mean, it's a pet peeve of mine. Between the military and the bros in my chapter, I mean, being late is not an option. I'm addicted to efficiency, so we've been together 11 years, and I'm just getting to the point where I don't think she'll ever get it. She's getting better, but man, I mean, and then what's crazy is not just we're going to be late. It's avoidable. It'll be things like I think she has this golden clock in her mind that she can get everything done within a certain amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
So when we had no kids, she was trying to get ready in an hour. When we had one kid, she would try to get ready in an hour. Now that we have two kids, she still tries to get ready in an hour. And I mean, going from laying in the bed, we're sitting on the couch, to having to take a shower, having to figure out what she wants to wear, having to get my daughter a bath, having to do her hair, then having to feed my son. And these are all things I'm willing to assist with, but it's just she wants to wait. Like, these are things like she could have took a shower. We were going to place at noon. She could have took a shower when she woke up in the morning. So it's just like, I'll shower.
But
I'll be ready to go.
Fresh at 12 o'clock. So for wherever you go.
We're going outside, Razi.
So
it doesn't matter, man. It's just
at least she starts at 11. If we got to be somewhere at 12, Jenica will start at 12.
I wish I had the balls just to leave. In my heart, I'd be sitting like, I'm just gonna leave her. She gonna learn today.
She got a call.
There's an Everybody Loves Raymond episode like that, man. You should check it out.
I'm pretty sure it didn't turn out well.
No, it did not.
It's just like, man, I'm like, you know what? She knew we had to be here, so I'm about to leave. I'm pack the kids. I'll take the kids with me. We just about to go. And I sit there getting frustrated, getting mad, and then she get mad at me for being mad. Mm-hmm. I'm like, but you know how I am about this, especially when we're like going out of town and trying to catch a plane or something like that. She wants to all of a sudden wash all the clothes, do the dishes, iron, pack. Yeah. Like, we bought these tickets 3 months ago. And all of a sudden, everything has to be done. I'm like, hey, the clothes will be here when we get back. The house will be here when we get back. You don't have to make the beds and do all this stuff. Let's go.
You can't leave. You can't leave the house. You can't go on a trip with a dirty house, Ferg. You got to be able to walk back into a clean house, man. That would be perfect. That would be great in a perfect world when we don't have to catch a 3:00 flight. Like there's another time. There's a time up here that we have to be there in. Like, hey, flights is at 3. You got to be there an hour before. I stay in Houston. It's an hour or so to the airport. We got to check our bags and all that. So it might be a 2.5 hour window we need to leave in. You wanted to start washing and cleaning the clothes, cleaning the house, doesn't work because the plane's not going to care about your dirty house, Razi. I guess.
But when you come home to a clean house, it's just so much better, Ferg.
I appreciate that. And these are things we could do beforehand. It's
you're just an evil person, Ferg.
Oh
no! I mean, like I said, when it's a time,
I'm on your side, ZZ.
No. So we just gonna miss the plane and come back to the house in an hour later with a clean house.
It'll be clean though.
You got to get on the road at 6 o'clock.
Won't it like make it so much better that you miss the flight when you come in and the house is all clean, it smells good, you got good clean laundry.
I'll flip the damn house over.
All right, so you said time. Bob, what about you?
All right, so there's a few things she does that they don't necessarily.
We said one.
I know.
Don't get yourself in trouble.
No, let it out.
Well, so like one of the things she does, and from what I hear, a lot of people do this. So maybe I'm in the minority on this, but it takes her forever to unpack when we get back from out of town.
Oh yeah.
So like we got back from Mobile last week. She just finished unpacking last night.
She's my hero. My stuff's still in the suitcase.
I can't say nothing because yesterday
I've been living out that suitcase.
How do y'all live like that? I gotta have all my stuff where it belongs.
I done took stuff out and put it back in. Like, I thought I was gonna wear this. Let's put this back in. Fold them up, need to put them right back in.
But I'll say the two things she does that I hate to say annoy because that's a strong word, but her snooze button, she will hit that thing like 7 times. And I'm like, yo, like we all hit the snooze button from time to time.
But you wake
like,
both up.
If you know you're not going to get out to an hour later, why don't you just set your alarm for that time? Why are you hitting it 7 times every 10 minutes? I don't understand that.
Because it wakes both of us up, right?
Man. You got to slow wake up.
But it's inconsiderate.
It is inconsiderate. And I like to give her a hard time about it because sometimes I'm already up getting dressed. And so I'll mess with her like, so you want me to turn the lights on so to help you get up? Byron, leave me alone. Like, so
see, you should help her. You should buy one of those alarms that like gradually get louder. So then she don't have to press snooze. It can start with a slow, calming, like, like sun, birds chirping and stuff. And then eventually it gets to be a regular alarm, like 45 minutes later.
What I need to do is place it across the room so she has to get up out the bed to
and I'm the evil one.
and the other thing, I'm aware that most women do this, but she takes a shower. It takes her forever in the shower. Like I say, Tab, we don't have no hot water left. I mean, it doesn't take 45 minutes to take a shower, man.
I take longer showers.
She said it feels like a sauna. She likes heat. My wife likes heat. She loves
all women do. Like
yeah.
Fire.
But neither one of them like annoy me. You know what I mean? It's just like I give her a hard time about them, but I know who she is. We've been together all these years, so hey, ain't that gonna change?
It's got to be something that like irks you though. That you like grind your teeth when
the snoring. But you said that's not a habit.
She can't break that.
Man, I don't know, but that's the one.
You been in bed looking at a man, bro.
But you know, that part of that is because I can't fall right asleep like she does. Like she can literally answer a question, and then I kid you not, dog. 10 seconds later, she'll be snoring. Like she falls asleep like it's nothing. I got a whole process. I got to read like news articles and get tired.
Oh, you old man.
You got to sit in the bed. You know, have the paper out.
I'm actually jealous.
Some warm milk. And
jealous of her that she's able to do that. To be honest, man.
Yeah, I'm the same way, man. I gotta have a process, and I got what is it? Not deconflict, decompress. Yeah, I gotta do that with Jenica. Yeah, same thing. Head hits the pillow, boom, she's out. and then be mad if I like end up moving or anything to the semi wake her up. So, but for me, she's got a couple of them, but it goes a little bit along the lines of Ferg, which she procrastinates really, really badly. So, and then she doesn't finish things. So those two really, really irk me. This weekend is
apart, though.
Yeah, they are. But like this weekend is a prime example. We had a wedding to go to. It was a Nigerian wedding. So they did the traditional Nigerian wedding Friday night. Then they did the regular wedding Saturday night.
No, you can't be late to a Nigerian wedding.
Nah, so
there's no such thing.
We made it to the Nigerian wedding on time. So the Friday night, that one we made it to. But she spent all day Friday like sewing an outfit that she wanted to wear to this wedding, right? Didn't finish it. So she ends up just going in the closet, getting some, putting it on. And so the next morning, she's like, I'm going to make something different for the other wedding. And I'm like, but you spent all day sewing this outfit for the Friday wedding. Why don't you just finish that up? Maybe, 20 more minutes and you'll have your outfit be done. She's like, nope. So she gets up super early Saturday. She sews all the way. The wedding starts at 4:30. She sews all the way to 4:00 on this new outfit. She finishes it, but we got two outfits sitting in the or two pieces sitting in the closet that she hasn't finished yet. She finishes this one. We don't walk out of the house until 4:45 for a 4:30 wedding to get there. Like she just has no aspect of time management. She procrastinates to the last minute. She knew about these weddings 2 months ago when we decided we were going to it, and she waited until Friday morning to actually start sewing the stuff for it. I mean, it's just she doesn't know how to manage her time at all. And like Ferg said, the military thing, it just irks me to death. And she knows it. I'll stand like in the doorway just watching her the whole time she's sewing.
Oh,
I'm like,
that's definitely passive aggressive me right there.
Yeah. So it just, man, it irks me to no end. And the last one that she does, and it's mainly because I did it and she used to get on to me about it. And then she started doing it. So at the end of the day or whatever, when we're tired, you know how you just kind of take off your night clothes or whatever, and you get into bed. And so they're on the side of the bed and she'll just leave them there. So it might be like a pair of socks and some PJs or something on the side of the bed, and they just like pile up. And so
that's her side of the bed.
But the thing about it is, when we first started dating, I used to do that, and she'll like get on me about it and be like super mad about it, and like, you need to clean this up. Da 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 da. About a year later, she started doing it, and now her side be worse than mine. She has like a week worth of stuff over there.
My side of the bed.
Nah, bro. Nah, it just makes me mad, mainly because she got on to me about it, and so she still tries to call me out. So it's just mad.
Nah, I definitely do that. I definitely do. I hate the procrastination. Maybe that's what it's more. It's like it's not just that we're late. It's just like there's things that could have been done to avoid this. Like you knew we were doing this. You knew we were. And she's gotten a lot better. I take that back. Now that we have 2 kids and stuff like that, like even coming to Mobile, she started packing their clothes because it's not that I don't want to assist. We do shit wrong. So that's my thing. That might be what annoys me.
You can't help because it's like wrong.
Because I know that's what I'm like. Well, just help. Because if I do this, it's gonna be. Well, why did you load that laundry? We're not. I throw my hands up. You know, like I'm just trying to do me, trying to get in there. And a lot of times, women, that's also. It's not that men don't want to do stuff. It's if we don't do it your way, it's wrong. And then you nag us the whole time we're doing it, and then you go back and do it anyway. And I'm like, why don't you just do it your damn self? You know, from get-go. So that's my thing. But the procrastination is huge. She's gotten a lot better. So kudos, baby. I will give you this. Like we went to Mobile, she started packing for my daughter and my son probably a day or 2 ahead of time. So, which just was amazing. She was pretty much packed earlier that day, which is little stuff she had to add. And so she's getting better. Because I think I nagged her 1,000 times. But some of the stuff you guys said about your wives, I think is totally acceptable. The dirty clothes, that's fine. It's my side of the bed. You know?
Obviously, you do it, huh?
It doesn't bother me, you know? Right. I mean, Byron, yours were the...
Well, Razi took away my snoring thing, but being in the hot shower all night, and
hey man, that's my time to unwind. Like I'm a thinker, so oh yeah, I don't like the snooze button. That I hated that.
I snooze twice every morning.
I don't snooze.
It's my thing.
2 times max, not 5 to 6 though.
I don't want to wake up. Like I force myself to wake up because I don't want to wake up like it's 6:30. That 2 minutes that takes me to get back to sleep. That's my thing. Sometimes I can't get back to sleep, so I'd rather just force myself up. But I remember we first started dating and she would do that. Like she would do like 3-4 snoozes. I'm like, you realize that you wake both of us up and you get to go back to sleep. Similar to Razi, I have insomnia. So like I'll wake up and I'm up.
Yeah, can't go back.
Like, I can't go back. I'm sitting watching you. And then when I go finally nod back off, guess what happens? Another snooze. So that's horrible, man. Yeah, snooze button is un-American. Is a very taboo. That's not nice. That you should be considerate of your loving husband.
Appreciate that, brother.
You know, Jenica, that's your damn side of the bed. Do what you want.
I'm with Razi on that. Man.
How can you tell me about my side of the bed?
Because it's your room collectively. It's your room collectively. Yeah. Put it away. Put your stuff away.
My thing is, it's our room. Oh. Your wants don't supersede my wants. I want to leave them on the floor. You want to put them away. If you want them away, guess what you can do? Guess what you can do, Byron? Come on, Byron. Guess what you can do? Come on, Byron. Come on, Byron. Guess what you can do? If it bothers you that much.
The same thing you could do. Put them away.
It doesn't bother me. Now, if I put myself on your side of the room,
every once in a while, I do come home and some of her stuff on my side of the bed. I politely place it.
I would do that. I do that.
I hate that.
You know?
But she has gotten better with time. Like you guys both complained about time. She's gotten much better. Like I used to be able to go downstairs and drink a whole glass of yak before she was ready. But now, as soon as I get downstairs, I get like one sip in and she coming downstairs because she's ready. So that's one less glass of yak that I have because she gets ready on time.
Yeah. Then you gotta pay club prices and like restaurant prices.
Exactly.
Trying to get this in now.
That's hilarious, man. Oh man, I've had fun with you guys tonight. Anything we're missing, fellas? Anything we need to say? Anything else you want to do? Razi, you're gonna get us in trouble like yourself. So
yeah, I'm trying to drag all y'all down with me. That's my plan, is make y'all look bad so I can point at y'all like, see, they're just as bad as me.
Well, my saving grace is I only said one thing.
See, it's a contest now because we're trying to get followers and see who likes us better. So I gotta make y'all some of the bad guys so that I can win over some.
Yeah, speaking of that, Byron won that. He does tell great stories, so I definitely get that.
I got a win over Erica, Sabrina, and everybody else who's listening. I want to dominate.
It's not a competition, man. It's a show.
Oh. Well, you made it like competition.
No, it's definitely a competition. It's always a competition.
Well, my storyteller is not going to ever be on Byron's level, and I'm never going to be match nerdness with Razi. So I guess I have to turn my PC up. Really was not feeling that.
I'll say this, man. I'll say this. You say I tell good stories. My job is easy when it comes to this show because Ferg, you quarterback this. Razio, you do all the editing and making sure we stay within a time frame. So you guys make it easy for me to where I can just come on here and say what I got to say. So I want to say that. And also on our Facebook page, we thank you guys a lot. We just reached 2,000 listens. And the reason we do is because there are millions of podcasts out there. I mean, kind of like in the 90s when everybody had a record label, everybody has a podcast now. Everybody has a podcast. So the fact that you guys tune into us to hear whatever BS we got to say, I mean, you have like a million other choices and you choose us. And that's why we appreciate you guys so much. So thank you.
Most def. I want to throw out there a little bit of Nerdland. I got to keep that up. But I mentioned Watchmen a couple episodes ago.
What episode are you on?
I'm caught up. So the season finale is next week. But so now's the time. If you guys haven't watched it, go out, watch it. I mean, it is awesome when you're talking about race relations, when you're talking about, I mean, just everything, PTSD, dealing with trauma, all that stuff is like in there. It's such a good show, man. I think it went on to be, it's the highest watched show right now or for 2019 already. So watch it. I mean, don't miss the boat on that one. And if you're looking for a new anime, anybody anime lovers out there, Dr. Stone is a different take on just your traditional anime. It's all about science. So super nerd dude. Like what happened was everybody got turned to stone 3,000 years ago. And then they start breaking out of the stone figures. And so we've reverted back to the Stone Age, basically. And he's trying to bring us back to current technology. And so it's just a real good take on like just being able to see science in anime. So my 5-year-old son, who is into like explosions and everything else, and he's watching it and learning about science at the same time. So it's a pretty cool little show if you guys want to check that out. I think it's on Netflix, Funimation, Crunchyroll, any of those. So check them out, man.
Have you gotten to his Dark Materials yet?
No, I haven't. Not yet. Is it
it's pretty good. Like it took me a minute because I'm like, I've seen this before. So it's basically the Golden Compass.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So like I'm sitting there watching it. My wife and I started watching the other day and I was kind of like, hold on. I know that monkey. I know that evil monkey. Like it was just certain things you're going through and you're like, oh, and I had to stop and Google and like, that's what it is. So it's pretty good. We're going to catch up on tonight. Also have to catch up on the last episode of Watchmen, which I'm usually good at predicting what's going to happen. And this is one of the few shows. This is up there with Game of Thrones, where you think you know what's about to happen. You're like, yeah, shit, I didn't see that happen. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm pretty sure this next episode is going to do the exact same thing. But for me, I want to thank our listeners. Thank you guys. Thank all the people that came out and supported us for our live podcast. We're getting close to the end of the year, man. And when I started 2019, I knew I wanted to do something different. And I don't know what got into me to pursue this. And initially it was going to be something that I was going to do on my own. And I'm glad that the powers that be gave me the wisdom to seek out you guys, because I wouldn't be, or this wouldn't be the success it is without you. So I really appreciate it. And the fact that you guys take time every week. You know, I have a lot of people like, how often do you record? I'm like, every week. And so, Byron, I know you have a busy schedule, have to commute a lot, and you're an hour later than us. It's after 10 o'clock your time. Razi, thank you for all the editing you do. You know, sometimes last minute, and I'm pretty sure this last 2 episodes we probably owe you a drink.
You got work.
Especially the first one, because you know I'm pretty sure you got home Sunday and you still had to edit Sunday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And so I thank you guys, thank our listeners, and looking forward to the end of this year and 2020. And I think we have to do another live show. I think our next live show should be in Vegas.
Oh yeah.
Man. Yo, okay. I don't want to reveal too much. Okay, that's cool. That's a bet.
We're gonna do Vegas. Our next live show. So summer 2020. We're gonna do it big. I think we have more people even. So excited about that. But once again, 3 Brothers No Sense. You know the 6 rules of podcast: listen, like, share, subscribe, comment, and most importantly, listen again. Peace.